Great day, nation builders! For today's video, we are going to discuss the consultative speech style. But before anything else, I want you to meet my partner and will be with me to explain the lesson for this entire video. Let's give a round of applause for Mr. Klein Limbag.
Thank you, Miss Ayana. So, before we start, I have a question. Do you know consultative speech style?
What is it, Mr. Limbag?
Consultative speech style is a formal tone of speech with a social group of expectations. It is used in everyday conversations and often with elaboration.
Oh, so the example of that is the communication between the lawyer and the judge, which is because consultative speech style is when the speaker does not usually plan what he or she wants to say, and their sentences tend to be shorter and spontaneous. Because in court, not every aspect of what you will say has been prepared. Like what Mr. Limbag said, there will be a conversation with an elaboration, since as a lawyer, it is your duty to defend and present evidence on behalf of the defendant. Also, there will be spontaneous conversation if the other side accuses you.
That's right, Miss Ayana. Another example is the conversation between the employees and their own bosses. Because business transactions is the best example of consultative speech style, since it is also known as a professional discourse. Consultative speech style also seeks to avoid repetitions, slang, and statements or utterances that are only understood by groups of individuals.
Another example of this is the communication between the students and teacher. Like when a teacher asks the class if they comprehend the lesson they are teaching, and the class replies by asking the teacher if they do not. Another example of this is when your teacher is talking to the class or when the class is engaged in recitation, as sharing thoughts will naturally lead to spontaneous conversation.
And the last example is a patient that is consulting a doctor. For example, when the patient is asking for assistance to solve his problems to go away to the doctor, since the doctor's expertise in that area is great. Another example is when the doctor gives answers to the questions of the patient and gives advice and recommendations to help the patient's health issues. And the conversation will slowly uncover the patient's problems and opinions, since the doctor is trying to understand the patient's perspective in the situation, leading to better decision making and more sustainable solutions to the problem. But do you know the importance of consultative speech style?
Yes, the importance of consultative speech style is to help you to persuade your audience. From the word itself, consultative or consult, meaning to seek information or advice from someone or someone professional. Also, the importance of it is when you're speaking in a consultative manner, it can be a highly effective strategy for influencing an audience. Here, speaker didn't force their ideas on their listeners. However, the speaker guides the audience through a process of learning to make them feel as though they were the ones who came up with the concept, just like in the spontaneous conversation.
And that's the end of our video presentation. We hope you learned something new.
Thank you guys for watching and see you on our next video. Bye!